Hola estudiantes, en este video yo voy a describir la diferencia entre el pretérito y el imperfecto. Estamos en página 208 del libro Avancemos, de la unidad 4, lección 1. ¿Pretérito o imperfecto? Es la pregunta. La meta, our goal for this chapter is to learn the difference between the preterite and the imperfect tenses that we've been studying. Once we know the differences, we will be able to use them to narrate past events. Mira las fotos. ¿Recuerdan que usamos gestos para recordar el pretérito? So our gesture for preterite was a snap. Vamos a hacer con los dedos un chasquido. Con el imperfecto es una ola. So our action for imperfect was the wave. Entonces, un chasquido y una ola. English grammar connection. In English, we only have one simple tense to describe events that happened in the past. Spanish, however, uses two. Preterito y imperfecto. So make sure you're doing that ola, that wave action. Those are our two actions to help us. So we've learned both of these. So if you're having a hard time with preterite, remember we have lots of irregularities. Imperfect, we have our abas and ias. We only have 3 irregulars. So please make sure you revisit your notes. Use your notes to help you as we go through this. And if you need to rewatch any of the videos, please do that. So these are both of our ways to communicate in the past, but how do we know which one to use? So the first thing we need to do is we need to determine whether an action had a specific beginning and ending. El pretérito. Remember preterite? That's our snap. This has a specific starting and ending time period. So it has a definite time period. Por ejemplo, la guerra empezó en 1846. Santa Anna fue presidente de México en 1846. Both of these I'm using a year. I'm using a specific time. Doesn't necessarily need to be a year. On your paper that you have, we have some actions that we've learned. So we have the SNAP. Remember, we also have an acronym, SOS. So specific, one time, and stopped. So we know it's something specific, a one-time event, and it's stopped. Any of those are going to fall under our preterite category. Imperfecto, la ola. This one we're doing our wave because it's something that we used to do from time to time. So the imperfect we're going to use when we talk about past actions without saying a specific time. So we don't really know a specific beginning or ending of this past event. So when it's more general, when it's more vague and not based on a specific time, we will use el imperfecto. Por ejemplo, los guerreros no tenían miedo del enemigo. Since I'm saying the warriors were not afraid of the enemy, I'm talking about the past. I'm talking about the war, so it's over and done with. However, I'm not referring to any specific time period, so I will use the imperfect because they're probably not scared through several different battles. El ejército peleaba valentemente. So I'm saying the army fought bravely. No hay un tiempo específico. I have no specific time frame here, so I'm going to use the imperfect to say they fought bravely. Notice both of these I'm just giving description. Just general description tends to take the imperfect. Tengo los dos, el pretérito y el imperfecto. Sometimes I will actually apply both tenses when I'm talking about overlapping events or simultaneous events. So the preterite, those are our actions that occurred. Remember, SOS. Specific, one time, it stopped. Imperfect is what was going on. It was that ongoing action. So that's my wave. Aquí tengo una frase con los dos. Cuando la guerra terminó, Santa Anna era presidente de México. So I'm saying when the war ended, so I know it's completed because I'm talking about it ending, I'm going to use preterite But I'm also describing what was happening when that war ended. So a general description was Santa Anna was the president. So that was ongoing when that war ended. So his presidency was still continuing when the war completed. Una nota para terminar. So note that I will use the preterite of the verb ser, fue. Remember, that's one of my twin verbs, so that's totally a regular category. I will use that to say that Santa Anna was once president of Mexico. Since it's completed, he's no longer president. We're talking about 1846. It's over and done with, preterite. But I'm going to use imperfect of ser, era, when I'm saying that Santa Anna was president during an unspecific time frame. So that is just kind of in general, not specific. I'm just describing that he was president, that was ongoing when the war came to a conclusion. So remember, snap versus wave. Un chasquido o una ola. Muy bien, chicos, vamos a practicar más en clase. Por favor, haga la práctica in Google Forms. Please make sure you do the practice to review this. We will be having a quiz in a few classes. Gracias y adiós.